Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second youth debate sponsored by MasterCard. Thank you all for making the time and joining us in the debate today. Now, we all know a very basic principle: customer is king, something we all repeat in our education, in our career life, and so on. Corporates today spend millions and millions of dollars to improve a single aspect of the customer journey. The government of Dubai itself has focused a lot of its investments on creating a smart city with the ultimate aim of creating the happiest city on the world. At MasterCard, we also put the customer journey front and center in all the solutions we develop and all the payment solutions we create for different segments globally. Now, this has been supported by some of the technological developments. However, the golden question today is, does technology actually enable and drive a better customer experience? Today, we at the Youth Hub, along with the team here, are going to debate this, listen to each other. The Youth Debate is an initiative under Her Excellency that is aimed to listen to each other's opinion, embrace the differences instead of resisting them. In today's debate, youth will have the chance to vote for the winning team. We ask our guests to listen to both teams, and then at the end of it, you'll be able to vote and share your opinions on the polls on the Instagram account Emirates Youth. So you might want to check the account before you start. The whole debate will be posted there. In addition to the voting will also be allowed there. So now join me in welcoming our wonderful panel of judges. Judges, thank you for making your time today. We have on stage here Andrea Prezakova, Senior Vice President of Customer Experience and Design from MasterCard, Federico Gaglia, Manager at the Cyber and Intelligence Unit for the Middle East and Africa region from MasterCard as well, and Sham Mohan, Director of FinTech Partnerships for the Middle East and Africa region from MasterCard. After the debate, I'm sure we'll have enough time to kind of even interact with the judges, and they are here today to listen to you and interact with you as well. So today, the youth participating in the debate are going to discuss, again, the main question is, if technology enables and drives a better customer experience. The affirmative team will agree to this statement. The competitive team will go against it. Technology does not necessarily enable a better customer experience. On the affirmative team, we have Zayed Al-Marri, Hamd Al-Sharid, and Sham Al-Marzougi. On the competitive team, we have Waad Ahmed, Ibrahim Abul Khair, and Al-Basma Al-Mhairi. Please join me in welcoming them all on stage. So judges, I give you just a few minutes for any opening remarks and introductions. Does that work?
Hello, yeah. Thank you, Fatma. Good to be here. So I was here for the debate hosted by MasterCard last year as well. It's quite an exciting event to be part of. I'm looking forward to arguments on either side, and good luck to both the teams.
Hello, everyone. I'm Federico Gaglia. As Fatima introduced me as a part of the Cyber and Intelligence Solutions team. So I look after artificial intelligence and how we help our customers take advantage of this technology to improve going forward. So thank you for having me. It's very exciting to be here. So best of luck to the two teams.
Good day, everybody. My name is Andrea Pražáková. From the name, you see that I'm from Eastern Europe because my name is ending with ova. So that's all the women have in Eastern Europe. I'm Czech by origin. I had experience design in MIA for MasterCard. I'm really delighted. I was told I shouldn't influence the teams because this is the core of what I do. But I think what I want to say is I'm really delighted to listen to your arguments. I think we as a technology organization are thinking very highly and are investing a lot of focus in technology and non-technology experiences with our customers and our consumers. And I just want to make one statement, and then I will leave it there. Maybe a little bit provocative. If you put yourself into year 2006, I hope you do all remember. You know, in year 2006, everybody will tell you, guys, don't talk to strangers on internet. This sounds really creepy. And don't get into a stranger's car. You remember? Yes? What are we doing today with Uber and Karim? We're talking to people over internet, and we're going into people's cars who we don't know. And I will pause there. Good luck, both teams. Can't wait your arguments.
Right, thank you, judges. So I now give the floor to the affirmative team for their first, for an introduction for 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Sorry, I think it wasn't the microphone, I think it was the telephones. Maybe we just want to put the telephones on ground because it starts to disturb the connectivity.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Federal Youth Authority and with cooperation with MasterCard for providing this opportunity to negotiate and debate and share knowledge with a group of wonderful people. Bill Gates once said that information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without talking about the other. Yes, technology has become an essential part of our lives, and they drive and enable essential better customer service. We all believe that customer service is the cornerstone to a successful business. Basically, customer service is all about good customer experience. When customers receive good experience, they'll buy more, be more loyal, and share their experience to others, which will ultimately attract more customers to the business. As a result, rising the profit of the company, which is the goal for every business. In order to that, my debate team believes that technology plays a major role in contributing to this extraordinary experience. And in a research by IDC, 5 billion consumers interact with data every day. And by 2025, this number will increase to 6 billion. That means 75% of the world population. Also, the same research says that 2/3 of the CEOs of the global 2,000 companies will shift from offline to digital strategies to improve customer experience before the end of 2019. And according to Oracle report, 82% of smartphone users use their phones to decide which product to buy while standing in a store. And 33% of customers begin their research on mobiles with a branded website. Not only that, 51% of customers believe a 24 hours, 7 days business will boost customer loyalty, and it's demanded in the future. And also by 2020, 85% of customers will manage their relationship with a brand without human interaction. Also, the UAE Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence, العلماء, have urged private companies to work with the government in an effort to make the country a hub for technology. And in March of this year, Dubai RTA Authority have been installing cameras to measure the happiness of people after being served in their centers. And in fact, MasterCard, which is a leading global payment and technology company, have been installing and developing technologies that offers digital payment that makes it possible to pay at any time at any device, such as MasterCard Digital Wallet and MasterPass, to deliver fast customer service and experience safely. Also, the Dubai government already has saved 1.17 billion through shared smart services since 2003. And this was according to a 6-month study conducted by the international third party commissioned by Smart Dubai government. And also, technology saves average person 2 weeks each year that would otherwise be spent on routine shopping and traditional methods of shopping. And internet shopping and banking save the average person in UK around 6.5 hours each week. Also, there was a 40 minutes decrease in average time spent in the bank each week in the last decade as people switched to mobiles and online banking. All of this said, I think that technology provides a great opportunity for customers and great customer experience that will not be achieved without the development and technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I leave the floor now for the competitive team for 5 minutes for the introduction.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Waad Ahmed, my teammates Basma Moheri and Ibrahim are here to stand against the statement that technology drives a better customer experience. Now, when I first read about the topic and the fact that MasterCard is the topic title, I got worried because MasterCard, as we all know, is a technology-based company. But when I went to MasterCard official website and I read about the basics of creating the company by choosing the team, I found some interesting facts. MasterCard Global Inclusion and Diversity Office, and this is mentioned in the MasterCard official website, is a business partner resource designated to support people-first initiative across our company. Employees who feel valued and respected carry a passion and pride that inspires their best work and enables them to reach their greatest potential. So when we talk about driving a better customer experience, we look at the technology base, but what is behind technology? Who are the team? Who are the group of people sitting on a table and working in a human interaction dynamic in order to develop a certain plan, in order to improve a better customer experience? We're talking about human interaction right now. Humans are the ones who are creating means to improve customer experience, whether it's technology or whether it's another human interaction form. So another fact mentioned on the website that supports this is by the CAO of MasterCard, Ajay Banga. He said, you need to harness the collective uniqueness of those around you to widen your field of vision, to see things differently, to fail harder, to innovate, and to question everything. Widening that field of vision means widening your worldview and innovating better. So we are talking about selectively choosing a group of team to work together in a better way and to have better communication ways in order to improve technology and in order to improve customer experience. So it all goes down to human interaction and how humans interact together. Because let's be honest, if there is not a single working team that is working hand on hand, communicating very well in order to improve something, they wouldn't reach far with the brand, and the customer eventually wouldn't be happy. Also, another research that I found on a Smarter CX presented by Oracle website is 5 issues that customers face, 5 issues with your customer experience strategy. There is a data, it's a graph actually, and the 6 or the 5 frustrations that customers have with the company are, first of all, long wait responses and times. Second, employees who do not understand customer needs. Third, issues, questions unanswered or unresolved. Fourth, which takes up about 14% of the graph, is too much automation and not enough of human touch. Fifth, nothing our customers love us. Sixth, service not personalized. Seventh, rude and angry employees. So the customer's experience based on this graph is influenced by how the interaction what is the interaction they're having with the human. So if you, for example, go to a company or you go to the airport and the person who greets you at the door is smiling and is passing you your transcript and everything, you would feel more happier leaving the place. But if someone came and gave you, this is your card, you can leave, you would feel a bit, yeah, okay, you got me my transcript, but that wasn't the way you can deal with a human, and that's not the way to improve the customer experience. Thirdly, I want to speak about the fact that there are many places of work where technology fails, computers crash down. And who is responsible to fix this? It's humans. I want to mention the UTK's car was a phenomenon at the turn of the 21st century, where computer user and programs feared that computers would stop working on December 31, 1999. I'm sure most of us are familiar with this. The phenomenon was also referred to as the Millennium Bug. So computers crashing down this means that the customer eventually won't get their work proceeded, which means they're unhappy. So who is there to save the day? It's humans. Humans are there to work and find or develop better strategies. Also, a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, 1984, researchers at the Health Insurance Plan of Greater New York found that among 2,320 men who had survived a heart attack, those with strong connections with other people had only a quarter of the risk of death within the following 3 years as those who lacked social connections.
Your
Thank
5
you.
minutes are over. So I now give the floor to the affirmative team for their first response for 3 minutes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for what you said. But for the first point that you were talking about a human creating the technology, I think this is a philosophic way to look at it, because if we look, we created everything in this world. We created the tables, we created the buildings. So I think it's a philosophic way to look at it, that human are the one who created technology. And that doesn't mean we don't want human, because human can create other things as well. And they are the people who are making the technology day by day better. So we're not saying that human are not there or we don't need them. Human are the main asset here in the world. So that's the first point you were talking about. And then there is a field now by itself which talks about human-machine interaction or human-computer interaction, and it studies how we can make a lot of research to improve the customer experience by understanding how people deal with machine and how they deal with technology to make it better. The examples that you gave about the bad experience that consumers are having with the technology, it is because technology is advancing day by day. If we look back in the 50s, I heard that I watched that in a documentary that when the internet was invented, at the beginning of it, there was a guy who started a startup of selling shoes online. And then all of the people said that he's not going to be successful. And he wasn't successful because the market wasn't really ready for such a thing. People were saying, no, we want to look at the shoes, we want to try them. But what did he do? He said, okay, you want to try it? The delivery, when you buy the shoes, the delivery will be in our expense. So you'll buy the shoes, it doesn't fit you, we return it in our expense and bring it back. And what he did is that he made it more convenient for the customer. And then day by day now, most of us, we like to shop online rather than go to the stores and shop. So I think that people are adapting more into the technology, and whenever the technology will progress and the bugs will be less, people will be more lean into using the technology than using the conventional way. About machine replacing human, and because people like the touch of human, I can say that shared control, I don't know if they call it shared control, but a human working in collaboration with machine has been proving successfully, especially in the airline industry. For example, pilots, when they drive the airplane, they put it on automatic, but then if they need, they just move it into the manual. So this shared control is being used everywhere.
Thank you, team.
Yeah.
Okay. So I now give the floor to the competitive team for their first response. It's not working.
This one is working. Okay, so as a point, we can say that it decreased the customer attention. So as we are using our social media account, or we are using an online shopping account, we will have like a pop-out screen that it's about an advertisement, or it's about an something we have to do. So this thing that it pops out a lot, so we'll have a lot of content, so we can't concentrate on one thing. So if I entered this website for a purpose, and this thing keeps on popping out, I won't focus about the thing that I wanted to do. As a second point, we can say that the usage of technology has decreased the amount of jobs available for humans, that humans are being replaced by robots. Like a real life example, you can say that in the airports, humans are being replaced by robots. Till when it will be replaced? We will reach a time that human has no income. We have no money, so we can create this robot, or we can improve this technology. And we can say that many companies lose their customers due to the innovation of technology, because many people across the world don't have the access to technology, or they didn't reach to the limit that they have technology, or they have the access to the outer world. So as you mentioned that we can create everything as well, so we can improve customer experience by working together. So this all refers, and it goes back to the point that we as a human, we can interact to improve this thing. We can see as a point that technology has a limit, while we are, as a human being, we have no limits. And some people face difficulties while contacting like a technology or a robot. Now many companies and many apps, if we want to ask about something, or we want to do something, we have to talk to a robot. While many people are facing this because they're not able, or they can't understand this robot to the purpose that they want to. We can say also that 84% of people prefer interacting with an actual human rather than interacting with an electrical recorded voice. As a point also, we have that at the end, we humans are responsible, and we can understand each other's mind easily than a robot. Thank you.
Team. So I now give the floor again to the affirmative team for 3 minutes for their second response. No, so you'll have to respond. Yeah.
Is it working? Yeah, okay. So first off, on the point that a person can't concentrate on one thing because ads keep popping up. This is a way of marketing. It's the same way as when we're watching a TV.
Sorry, you need to raise the mic slightly.
In the same way that when we're watching TV, ads keep coming up. It's just a way of marketing. It's how humans work to sell their products, and it's a thing that will keep on going. And actually, it's a good thing for businesses because it increases their profits in the long run. So that's more of a positive than a negative. On the point that humans are being replaced by robots, it is true that some jobs are now that humans no longer occupy, and that robots are doing them. But on the other hand, more jobs are being created, like caring jobs in which humans have to be there, like when you're taking care of an elderly, or when taking care of a sick person, like nursing and doctors. Those jobs can't be replaced. And in addition to that, some jobs are being created like programmers and all those jobs that humans need to be there to take care of the technology, because in the end someone has to take care of the technology. It just can't keep going on by itself. On the point that humans need or customers need human interaction, and that makes their experience better. For example, we have now Google Now, which is a system in Google which promotes a robot that speaks in a tone similar to humans, which makes it more human. So in the end, you will be getting the experience of a human-like experience, but it will be through a robot, which makes the job more efficient. And in the end, customers have many needs, and they want 24-hour services, and they want so many things, and those needs can't be fulfilled by humans only, because even if we have a humans shifts that are 24 hours and through the night and day, humans can't go on like that forever. It's not healthy, it's not good for their well-being, and robots can replace that, and it would be cost efficient for the business, and it will make them profit more. Yeah, thank you.
So, competitive team, you have 3 minutes for your second response.
To start with, I would like to quote the second response. Sister, you just mentioned that someone has to take care of the tech. It can't go on by itself. I think that's actually very funny. And may I quote MasterCard also mentioning that today's challenges are best solved through collaboration. My friends, let me mention an experience I've had with a tech company. I worked at Day One Technologies in the UK, and we had worldwide customers. These were big companies that had problems using their technology. To give an example, the type of company that I worked in is a company that gives technological solutions to other companies which can't deal with their customers. They're adding more and more technologies, and yet the customers have a very bad customer experience. And to give an example on that, we could pay attention to what happened with Tesla. Tesla is a huge car company, and it used to do automation to make its own cars. Do you know what that led to? That led to customers not having a good customer experience using these cars. When Tesla changed their methods, they started employing other humans to make these cars. They started to have a better customer experience. This was mentioned in their investor meetings, in their media outlets, and this is the problem these days with automation. Brother Zayed mentioned that there's an increase of online business. Brands increasing, shopping is increasing, but that could be easily rebutted with due respect, with technology reaching a halt, either by the ways technology is included in the market, or by the way technology is improving. You could argue that technology is always improving, but there's only so many ways you could include it in the market. This is further supported by the second response by our sister, which mentioned that there's always jobs being more and more created, replacing the others. It's because technology can't keep improving customer experience. You mentioned that jobs that humans take care of each other. This is because humans speak with humans and machines speak with machines. To further support my arguments, I would like to mention what happens with advertising too much using the same method. The Wall Street Journal calls this a failing marketing method, and this is supported by a study done confirming on 2,500 individuals that...
Thank you very much. much. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Apologies, but 3 minutes are over. So I leave the floor now to the judges for 15 minutes to make the remarks or ask any questions to both sides. You can pass the mic, please.
Is it on? Yeah. So thank you, both teams, for your arguments. I think I'll start with the competitive team. At the very beginning, you made a very valid point of more around human cohesion and the connection that humans have, right? I think, let me just look here 1 second. Yeah, actually, go ahead. I got lost in my question.
We got lost the question. We will find it, don't worry about it. So first of all, congratulations, well done. It was really interesting to listen to you. So I would like to touch on 2 areas. One is the area about you exchanging the arguments and some of the techniques around that. I think that's a key topic of today, and then a little bit about the customer experience, if you allow me. So let me maybe start with you, because you started. I felt that you had quite well prepared statistics. However, what I wished you have connected it better, because I think that I don't know how the audience feels, but there was a lot of numbers and I didn't feel that they were telling a story. So maybe what you want to consider going forward, if you prepare your arguments, select few in the beginning, say what are some of the key topics you want to address, and let it digest it for people, because if you provide so many numbers, nothing will stick with us. So, and you did really amazing work in terms of what you prepared, and there were some key numbers, but I guarantee you that I was trying to write it, you lost me. So please, really, too many. Try to tell a story. I think that's something which would also bring it alive a little bit more. And one of the areas which I thought that try to distinguish as well between tools and experiences. I think that came across then also in the argument stages. Say, okay, what is a tool and what is an experience? And I bring it alive for you a little bit. In the argument where you responded around buying something online, and I felt that you tried to explain why it not work. So maybe a technique for argument presenting would be to say, that's a really good point. However, technology can learn much faster than humans. And if you mentioned shopping, I like that. Yeah. So if you go on 3 shopping sites which use the same technology, you select the item, you select the color, the size, the how you pay, and so on. Theoretically, same experience. Practically, very different experience. If you go locally here, if you go to shop to Boutique One, if you go to Modest, if you go to Oasis, very different experiences. Very different experiences if you pay with Amazon Pay or if you pay with something else. So the point here was that humans take a really long time to adapt. Technology, if you listen to the consumers and you map their journeys, you can adapt much faster and win experiences. I think I have more points, but on the other team, I really liked how you put the story together. I think that you took a couple of numbers and you've been storytelling the entire time. That was really very good. I think that what I would suggest in order, sometimes when you try having an argument, they say shoot bullets into yourself so somebody else doesn't shoot them. So you spoke about that humans are so critical, and you have many successful companies which use technology like Skype, like Netflix, who have absolutely zero human interaction. Yes. However, the way how they were created were by humans. Airbnb by 2 people who were in San Francisco, had no money, they had the air mattress and they started Airbnb. Uber, very frustrated 2 individuals in Paris, didn't have a transport. So base, everything is human. But how does it then translate into technology? And when the technology is an enabler, I think that didn't come across strongly enough. You started to support it by statistics, but that I felt maybe try to use the other argument to your benefit. I think that would be something. One point which, 2 points which I also wrote down is, I really like, Ibrahim, how you use the names of the other teams. I think that was really good. And there was a point where you completely ignore, that was a really good technique, where you completely ignore the argument and just went on your tension around the Tesla. And I think that's, from a debate perspective, it's a smart strategy, because you obviously almost not hearing them, and you take the audience to your argument. However, the way how the Tesla argument was presented, I actually didn't get it. So that was something, if you have an argument, you want to capture the audience, this is what I want to say, this is why it will work, and that's how you capture them. I will hand over. I have many more if you want that.
So apologies, I reconnected my question. So at the very beginning, you mentioned how there's a lot of human cohesion and connection. I think at one point, though, in making your statement, you had a bit of, let's say, a little slip when you mentioned that, when you're interacting with someone, that person might be rude. And that kind of connects with customer experience, which made me think, wait, but then this goes to their favor, because if I'm going to a store and the person, I go to a customer service support, let's say, Apple Store as an example. I enter with my iPhone's broken. Can someone please help me? The guy's having a bad day and he's rude to me, right? I associate the brand. I'm not going back to an Apple Store because this is the way they treated me, right? So it made me think, and it didn't spoil your argument at all, because I think it came across very, very well. But just a highlight there. And I think when it goes to the on the other side here, I believe you mentioned that's a simple marketing technique as a counter argument to them saying, we get confused on all those ads that we see on the screen. I think you could have maybe elaborated a bit more, because just saying it's a marketing technique, it fades away from the customer experience. Because if I'm looking at a website and I have a lot of different ads, right, that not necessarily are things that I want to buy, I might not go back to that website because I know that I'll see a lot of those ads. So I might not be interested in leveraging technology for that kind of marketing, right? I might be more of a personable person where I enter a store and I want to see the person interact with me and understand my needs. So I think that elaborating a bit more on that counter argument would have been helpful. Yeah.
Thank you, Federico. First of all, congrats to both the teams. It was a very civil debate. No unnecessary discussion, so well done. Congratulations. Couple of points from my end. So I would like to echo what Andrea mentioned on the statistics that were used in your side of the argument, right? So a lot of numbers, but what exactly were you trying to arrive at? It wasn't really clear. And also in the beginning, when you opened up the debate, you spoke about customer service. So when the whole, opening statement started and you started talking about customer service, I was trying to make the linkage between customer service and customer experience, because these are two different things, especially in the context of the topic that we have at hand. But then you try to bring it back to the customer experience. So I was okay with that. And then there was quite a bit of emphasis on cost savings and profit, right? So yes, it is the objective of every organization to have cost savings and profit, but the core of customer experience should not be just about the money, right? So that I felt was a bit of a detour in terms of what the arguments were. Now on the other side, I felt that you used quite a lot of anecdotal examples. For example, you said many companies lose customers due to technological advancements, right? So I would have liked for you to substantiate that with, a data point or an example, right? Rather than just making a statement that many companies are losing customers. That's just a statement that you make, but I would have appreciated if you had a data-backed argument on that one. And then the other point that I felt was when you spoke about technology taking away jobs, is that really core to the topic of the discussion today, because that's like an entire debate altogether. We are more focusing about how technology is impacting customer experience, technology taking away jobs, and then you were talking about nurses being required and caretakers being required. I wasn't exactly sure if that was core to the discussion that we had today. But apart from that, I think both sides had the rebuttals done properly. There were valid arguments on both sessions on the rebuttals on either sides. My only suggestion would be, again, try to emphasize on the key message, because that wasn't clear on either side. Whenever you talk about these arguments, try to bring it back to the key message that you want to really emphasize. And then to the point of quoting numbers, don't do it excessively. It has to be linked, but at the same time, in some arguments you do need substantiated evidences to actually make a claim like what you did, right? Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll give you time for if the judges, are you done? You have 2 more minutes.
Okay,
and then we give it to both teams for the final remarks.
Okay, so just to build on what we're saying, you see, you woke up a lot of emotions in us because we obviously are full of experiences now. So one more, I think, which I wanted to highlight is, and I would underline what you said, is the key message. Maybe when you go to the next debate or you go into debates, it's very important to align. And I was asking you many questions. How often did you meet? How long did you prepare? So if you go into debates like this, I think that just consider what is your underlying message that each of you in the team, and I think that it goes across, you will stick to. If in your case it's humans, bring it always back to the human, yes? Yes, artificial intelligence will be able to do anything. You think about the latest book by Dan Brown, it's absolutely amazing, but humans are behind it. If in your case it's a technology, if it's a scalability and that you can actually control it, because human you can't control, in our case, you will have a different experience with Federico, different with me, different with Ishan. But if you then have a technology, it can be consistent. So what are the key messages? So suggestion and thought. When you go to the debate next time, spend a little bit more time strategizing. What will you bring across as a team? What each of your roles are? Who is good in what? How do you use also your tone of language? What eye contact you do? And like your small tricks about using the names, ignoring people's arguments. I think these are just what leaves with me on some of your techniques, because that's why you're here today, to really try and test your own techniques of debate. Yeah, but otherwise I think well done.
Okay, so I now give the floor first to the competitive team for 5 minutes to wrap up their final argument, and then over to the affirmative afterwards.
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay, so this has been wonderful. We could sit and state facts and numbers and names all day, but all of this is in the internet, on your phone. You can open and you can research and you can find facts. But when you come to a debate, you choose to interact with other people and discuss these facts. So this is maybe out of the topic, but we are here to interact together to reach to an answer. So what does this mean? It means that humans are the base of every development. Whether it's finding an answer for a debate, or whether it's learning more about something, or whether it's developing a device, we all come together in order to develop and to work together. So I stick with my arguments and I stick with my points mentioned about human interaction. Human interactions are the basis of developing technology.
To follow up my sister, I also very much stick with my argument about it's how we use the technology that defines the customer experience. That was supported by the TIS argument. That's also supported by the study done on ADHD symptoms. marketing to make a better customer experience through technology. That's of course the second argument. Marketing through technology does not always have a good effect. This is as shown by the study. The more you advertise the same thing, the more you show to people different images, different advertisements, the more ADHD symptoms occur with these types of people, and that means that they will not be able to concentrate on the advertisements. They will forget the point of the product or the service, which leads to a bad customer experience by definition. And I will leave Sister to continue.
Actually, I found a point that says the need of personalization. According to HubSpot, people crave interaction with other people for their experience. 74% of online customers feel frustrated because of automation and not being able to understand some technological content. So this also backs up our main point, which is human interaction is the basis of technology and developing technology. And you have mentioned a point to me where you said, you mentioned that I said that, when you go to a company and the person greeting you is rude and stuff, I would rather use technology. But actually, I mentioned that point. That means because I'm trying to shine light on the importance of people delivering a better experience for the customer, not technology delivering a better experience for the customer. So what I'm trying to say is that when you go to an airport or you go to a company and you are greeted by a great person, you are more likely to come again. But technology does not leave any, okay, you used the computer and it was fast. Okay, great, wonderful. But that doesn't mean that you are willing to come back again to use the computer. But when you see someone and they smile to your face, you'll be like, when I go back to that airport or to that company, I'm going to that person because they were nice to me. So this is a way of increasing or bettering the customer experience in the work field.
And to follow up that up, we have mentioned the job argument, and I will try to make it clear what's the end point for customers from that argument. You could easily notice that the new jobs being created have a different type of customers. And this is to support that customer experience cannot always be supported by technology. The new types of jobs being created, as the second rebuttal mentioned, that they are ones that where humans interact with each other. And to find out that in my last 15 seconds, that means humans always love, they psychologically, and this is also mentioned in the ADHD study, they need to speak with other humans. That's how they get comfortable, and that's how they buy their products. And that's the 5 minutes.
So I leave it now to the affirmative team for their final word about this. 5 minutes exactly.
Thank you very much for the points raised from the judges and the other group. And I think that without technology, we will not be here today. Think about our experience here in the debate. If you didn't apply for the debate through your mobile or your website, you will not be here debating about a topic that you deny that technology have a better customer experience. Let's imagine we don't have technology. You will be riding your horse or camel, coming to Dubai to apply, taking all of your papers and applying for the debate. And if one of your papers are not there, you will go back and bring it up. Like you will graduate from the university and you still didn't apply for that debate. But through technology, we applied for this debate within minutes, like 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. And we have communicated with department, we have communicated and with even some people in MasterCard to come and debate here. Also think about your experience with, let's say, taxi drivers. Today, if you don't have an app or like Uber, you will go outside and like 50 degrees Celsius outside, you will be waiting for a taxi for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and sometimes the taxi will not come. But with Uber, you are using that app, like sitting in air conditioning area, relaxing, drinking a cup of tea, and ordering your Uber, and it will come with the car that you choose. Even think exactly, and you can even rate the driver, and you can get your money if you have a bad experience. Isn't that excellent customer experience? Isn't that providing a good customer experience for the company and for the customer? And with regards to the point that was raised about cost saving and profit, I think that when technology is used, it will generate a lot of profits for the company, and this profit will be used in research and development, as many companies today is doing. Amazon is investing billions of dollars in research and development, and this research and development investment will be put in technology, and when it's put in technology, it will deliver better customer experience. You might have one bad customer experience with technology, but without it, you will not have a good customer experience. And we should come to a consensus that in 21st century, technology is essential for development, for economic development, for getting better customer experience, and the business without technology in 21st century is useless. It will not work. Think about the advertisement that you see every single day in Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter. It's all about technology, and without technology, you will not be seeing those companies. And even if you are a business owner, you will not raise. Your company will not be seen to others and not be viewed to others. Thank you.
I also want to mention something about the bad customer experience you mentioned. So the same bad customer experience that we could face with human physically, we can also face in the internet. So not all the website will provide for you the same customer experience, as well as authorities. For example, where I come from, we're developing a whole journey for customer experience, and technology is playing a major role in that, because what the problems, we go and we do a customer review, like we go and see what people want from us, what our customer want from us, and we're not looking, I'm working in a federal authority. We are not looking for money out of this. We just want to deliver a good customer experience. So what they want is to finish whatever they have to do in our premises from the comfort of their home. And we cannot provide that without the use of a good technology. I'm not saying technology, I'm saying a good use of technology. And because of that, what you said is correct. There are a lot of bad experience in the web, but that belongs to the people who are developing it themselves. The internet is developing. What we have now was not there 10 years ago, it wasn't there 20 years ago, but what we want to say is that when you make a good use of technology, it's going to provide for you a very good experience, as well as if you have a physical store. Another point which you mentioned about, I think we were talking about research and development. So a lot of research in Amazon, Netflix about recommender system provide a better customer experience. Now, if I want to watch a movie, it just tells me, okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So the Emirates Youth Council now has opened the polls for voting on their Instagram account, Emirates Youth. You'll find the poll in the story highlight. So we'll take a break for 5 to 10 minutes just for the voting to happen, and then we'll announce the winners. All right, so I leave the floor now just for the judges to announce the winning team and their final remarks. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time and patience today.
Okay, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be here with you today. I think it was absolutely amazing. We learned plenty from each of you and from your arguments. We will announce the team just now. We'll let you be nervous a little bit. I think we want to just make some final remarks, which we had. You did a lot of preparation, guys. Our suggestions for next time: have a little bit more time together, get to know each other, prepare better, have one cohesive story which you can tell, and do a dry run with your friends in the cafe who can give you the feedback we gave you. Because I think that what we really learned is to say, we had one group which had a really great start, we felt, and then we had another group which learned tremendously from the feedback we gave, and then bring us to the winner of today. And the winner is the team on my left. With the affirmative team. We feel that you did a really, you didn't have such a great start, but the way how you integrated the feedback we gave you in the 15 minutes was absolutely amazing. You brought it alive with a story. You used their counter argument for your own, and you made it very personal. And you used the examples of Uber or anything else. It was really, really great. I will hand over to Federico and Shanice for last comments, but this is the team who won.
Congratulations to the winning team, and congratulations to you guys as well for the debate. I think you both had very, very valid points, and I don't want to echo her comments because it's a unanimous discussion, but yes, a bit more preparation around the story, and I think that would have been a step up if you had put it a bit more into perspective, right? I think that it's a difficult debate because technology is all around us, but if you had started maybe with technology is what it is, but think of, right, go more in the empathy of the human interaction and really make people aware of, sometimes I think we get distracted of Netflix. You just go on Netflix and pick the movie, because the machine is telling me that's more, right, rather than having a friend recommend you or another person, right? So I guess putting it more in the empathy, but you guys did a really good job.
Congrats to both the teams. I just want to emphasize on the point that Andrea mentioned. So on your side, the arguments that you put across in the last section, I really wished you could have, mentioned that in the opening. And then again, to your point, you stuck to the main crux of your argument, but there was a bit of hovering around it. So every time when you are making a point, just make sure to bring it back to what the core message is that you want to deliver, so it doesn't distract the argument that you're making and confuse the audience. But yeah, well done, and congrats to both the teams.
So in the name of MasterCard judging team, congratulations to the winning team. Well done, and congratulations to you for participating. It was a great pleasure. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you very much. Just invite you to take a group photo, and please let us know what future events would you like us to host in collaboration with MasterCard. Again, many thanks to the ladies at the back from the Federal Youth Authority helping us organize this event. Without their efforts, this would not have happened. To the audience as well, I know many of you are today on your holiday and so forth, so thank you very much for making the time and effort today. We wish to see you in future events. Thank you.